Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. We've got a new kit here. I'm going to set this camera up and we'll go through it, but I've been getting smaller and smaller when it comes to kits versus what I'm trying to do. Some I don't care how big they are. I want to carry what I want to carry. But I've been trying to go to the class at SE, Randall's Adventure Training, every year just to see my friends and just kind of have a weekend in the woods where I'm not really doing any instructing, I'm just playing. It's important to do. Can't work all the time. But that being said, I still have plenty of fun outside. But a lot of times with other people, I'm not doing very much participating, it seems like. But this is the class bag that I took. It's also the bag that I used for our basic survival courses. I just carry just this bag and a water bottle, of course. So I have a small 500 milliliter, what is it, a 16 ounce? I'm not sure what that is right off the top of my head, but it's the smaller Nalgene with I got a piece of paracord around it just for a lanyard and a long piece of tractor inner tube just for a band around it. I started doing that at work. Being able just to kind of have it when I do things was super helpful. I got a pair of my gloves. These are just Wells Lamont's basic leather gloves. It's nice to have some gloves when you're dealing with screwing around with your firewood and different things like that. They're not necessary, but it's nice to have removing hot stuff from the fire. It just goes a long way. Briars, whatever it may be. But these, I just popped a grommet in them. Need to do a video on how to do that. Really easy, relatively inexpensive. You can get a $10 grommet set and it'll go a long way. Lots of repairs and mods that you can do with a $10 set. This pouch is from Tuff Possum Gear. Mr. J. Berry made this. It's pretty small when it comes size-wise. It's not much bigger than my hand. I'm not in a spot where I have my tape measure right this minute, but it's not very big. It's just got two zippers on the top. I changed out the lanyards on here for just some orange paracord with the guts took out and a Who Is Citizen E orange glow nut there, just to give me a little more visibility on there. Orange. I like orange. You guys know that by this point. But the color more came to this as we went. I didn't just pick out orange stuff, but I did have a lot of orange stuff, so that's how it worked out to go that way. But again, this is just my personal kit. It's there's a lot of things in here that people would probably do different, and that's fine. This is just one that I want to have for playing around, doing skills practice and friction fire and stuff like that. Enjoying myself. This is my fun bag. So in here, I'll just kind of see if I can set this dude to the side and we'll go through and look at things in it. So first things first, I have a little Ziploc bag that's got some goodies in it. So it has a field book. It has a poncho right here. Just a dollar store poncho. It has a small Mylar blanket and a couple of good sized glow sticks in there. I have approximately 20 feet of paracord with a fatwood toggle on one end. I have my Fiskars sewing kit. Then I have added a few larger safety pins too. One of our ladders with waxed hemp, 15-pound braid, goon tape, and 1-inch Gorilla Tape. A multi-card striker, so it's flint and steel, as well as a good scraper for processing materials, with a Who Is Citizen E glow nut and a high-vis lanyard. Little single AAA flashlight LED, which reminds me I need to put a battery in this bag. I need to do that with the hand mod. So you can put this on like this and do your flashlight, and then let it go to pick up things if you need to, and you ain't got to worry about dropping your flashlight. Wonderful mod. Thank you, Mr. Kevin Estella, for sharing that with us. That's wonderful. Let's see. Just got a little keychain here. It's got some fingernail clippers and some tweezers and a few safety pins on a keyring. It's just got a little poplar bead on there. It's got a piece of fat wood, decent chunk there for fire starting. A really small fire kit. So it has 6 Pro Camp Tech fire plugs. So there's a dozen fires in this, easy, with proper prep. You can actually probably cut them into thirds and have enough to get your fire going with good prep. But I have 6 plugs, 2 small glow sticks, and a small ferro rod from Wazoo Survival Gear. So this, you could use this to get your fire going in the dark if you needed to. I may come and find me put a white ceramic scraper in there just so I don't have to worry about finding something to scrape it with. But there's lots of stuff I could scrape this stuff with out of my kit. What else do we got? Orange bandana. One of my strops. So this is just a basic leather strop, but I put a cover on it. So instead of putting the strap in a bag and getting the compound all over everything, these just covered like that. It gives you a little strap for doing your stuff. And you can carve these and make them different sizes. You can take some of this off or put a U and wrap something else on it, or however you want to do it. I've got some that just have a little knob right here where I've carved it kind of at an angle, but it's just poplar on a piece of poplar. Pretty fun, works well. Got my spork. This is just a titanium spork that I took out here and just dinged on it just to make it look like this. Let's see what else we got. I have a spare knife. This is the Camper, I believe. It's just a Swiss Army knife with the tweezers and the toothpick, a saw, 2 blades, can opener, and a bottle opener. It has an awl and the corkscrew that I've put a firefly. I think it's firefly or fire ant tinder and ferro rod in there. Then I have just another Who Is Citizen glow nut on there. I have a roll of just orange braid for sewing leather. Just waxed braid. And I take and stomp them flat, and then I can use the inside to hold various things. Like I have a small working fit in this one. It just lives in there. And I have a Ranger band on there to keep it all together. got a couple of files. So I have a small wood rasp and a small metal file in here for machetes and hatchets and things of that nature. Especially in the spring and the summer, I tend to use more machetes than I do axes. So this is a handy thing to have. And then the wood rasp speaks for itself. A great woodworking tool. I have another little item here that is from Tuff Possum Gear. It's a G10, or sometimes you can get them in micarta too. He's got several different ones. Gear spool, and it's just a spool that you can put different cordage on. So, like up on one end, I have more waxed braid, and then if you go in the center, I have a bunch of 15-pound braided fishing line there, and I have another bit of Gorilla Tape out here on the end. I have a saw. I've got a 3/8 ferro rod. It's just the... Beaner, what are you talking about, bub? My cat's making crazy sounds. Just a ferro rod, nothing fancy there. I could actually take and poke this down in this guy too, to save some room there. A new to me, it's new, but I've never used one, SOG multi-tool. This guy's little, like it's much smaller than majority of multi-tools. Pretty cool looking. And then I was also pleased when I found that I could put another ferro rod in its corkscrew. I wasn't expecting that to fit, but I don't ever use a corkscrew, so this little bit there is just a little extra piece, and it adds some high vis to it for me with a lanyard and a glow nut. Then I just picked this up from Hardin Hill Honey at the last Georgia Bushcraft, and it is a container for my propolis tincture. Pretty handy. It's just a 3D printed container. So there we are, pretty straightforward. Got my saw. Got notebook and that kind of stuff in there. Emergency blanket. Poncho and those kind of goodies in that. My string. More of my crafting stuff. Little multi-tool. This little fire kit, really handy in this small package there. Flashlight. The flashlight mods are on my YouTube channel. Also, you have to go back a ways to try to find it, but it's a really simple mod. Piece of cotton bandana and a strap. Here. A lighter. Multi-card striker, which you could actually put on some things. You could probably have some that are thinner, but that's about the same size. You could put that in there like that and just keep it from flopping around everywhere. My little paracord here. And my sewing kit. And you can see just from that little bit, there's a ton of extra space in this thing. I could put snacks for if I'm going from the car. A lot of this stuff is car camping, so we don't have to hike in. But if I go to the car and I get some stuff and I want to put, some hoop cheese and avocado and some beef jerky and some cashews or whatever, like there's plenty of space in there. You can almost fit this, but it would just be too wonky in there. But plenty of space for a small kit, and just something that I'm just wanting to use, not for any particular reason other than it's just a nice kit that I've put together, and I want to enjoy myself with it. Oh, calm down. I don't know why it's trying to focus like that. But anyway, y'all, I appreciate the support. I will make sure that I have plenty of content on that SE class that's coming up. I think it's next month. I'll have to look again. There's going to be one at Georgia Bushcraft for Mr. James Gibson's advanced class, and then there's going to be one at SE. I can't go to both of those. I have to pick out which one that I want to go to, and it's probably going to be advanced at SE because it's closer. And Mr. Gibson will be there doing that too. James Gibson and Patrick Rawlings, they are the main instructors for that stuff. Just about anything that happens at SE anyway. But alright guys, look, check out the older stuff at Bushcraft Kelso on YouTube and Instagram. Bushcraftkelso.com for gizmos and gadgets. I just put up a bunch of fids and awls and stuff here the other day that were left over from Georgia Bushcraft. Now Gene, Tuff Possum, Wells Lamont. Thanks again, y'all.